We are going to be loading into our grand finals here and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tourmaline. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the other South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is a classic. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into our PvP. Un momento. Okay, we're good. Here we go. Just making sure the predictions opened up. Yeah, they're open, they're open. I heard drums. One of these days I'll buy like a little set of bongo drums and then we can use that. We can use that when can use that for the raffle. Always rigged. All those pro player names taken in Brood War, why do they have the SE2 fonts? If you're referring to when players get their IDs, some of them do get them in Brood War. Others are a little bit newer, of course, to StarCraft. There we go. There are some players that had certain IDs in Brood War and they changed when they went to StarCraft 2. Change their IDs. Like Beyond wasn't Beyond in Brood War. I mean, he wasn't even Beyond in StarCraft 2, right? Like, wasn't he Ghost King in the beginning? And even before that, he was he was like the Korean word for boogers, right? Or is that innovation? I confused the two. I think it was either Innovation or Beyond that had the Korean word for boogers in the beginning. One of the two. Let's look it up. It was bogus. That's it. That's it. Innovation. That's what I was thinking of. It was bogus. Yeah. Changed over time. Embraced their ID. As a selling into PvP, sorry, I was kind of glossing over it. Two get opener here by a classic, going for a faster expansion. Meanwhile, herO back at home going for a 2-get opener into Stargate into a delayed Nexus. So I should say classic will have the greater economy. herO does have the greater army, does catch out the first Stalker. Oh no! Yeah, first Stalker does barely pull away in time. We have reinforcements on the way going mass sentry. Head up does shade into the main. And there's with the NG overcharge, classic will make a stand. He will defend, he will hold on. Locking down the army, gets a Stalker, gets one. Oh, they trade 1-to-1. The boys, they lock down the Stalker. Very nice. A better trade here for Classic, but he will lose 3 probes in the process. Bearing in mind the Classic, he had workers to spare. Remember, Classic, his base is already done. herO's is still finishing. So Classic already had the higher worker count. He already had the better economy. Classic still has a worker lead. The pressure's on herO, the pressure's on the Oracle. Again, this Oracle needs to get economic damage done. herO making his way into the main. Does rotate over. Does make his way in. Okay, the Oracle pokes in. Pulls away. 2 probe kills in the main. Ooh, shades into the natural, gets 3. 3 probes falling, and that's going to be focused down. At the same time, we have double Oracle. Remember, they can also one-shot workers. Are we going for the sentry? Oh. Going for the mineral line. Gets 1, 2, 3. Oh, 3 extra workers. 6 in total. Not bad. Yeah, 6 probes go down. With that here, he does take a worker lead. And behind this, going into DTs. Okay. I mean, there is 0 detection. Ooh, but doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All this harass has been great and all, but again, it's been Adepts, it's been Oracles. Meanwhile, Classic's main army, he is overwhelming, he's pushing out across the map. It's going to be 7 Stalkers to 2. Only 2 Stalkers, no batteries are ready. herO, he's not ready for this. He's been spending everything harassing. He has nothing to defend. Yeah, herO, he barely has an army. Baits at the stasis. There's one more stasis behind this force field. He looks him down. He looks down the Stalkers. Gets one. Going for the sentry as well. And again, herO, he's woefully underprepared. There's just nothing here. He's forced to pull the boys. Boys are being pulled. Probes are going down. There's still one stasis behind this that has potential. Does Classic notice? Ooh, dies with the Oracles. They get focused down. They get focused down. The Dark Shrine is done. DTs are spawning in across the map. Bold move. He's going for the DTs. Robo's still on the way. Can herO win the game? Can he win the game with Dark Templar? He's dying at the natural. If herO can focus on that Robo, if he can get into the main base, deny the detection, and defend the ramp, then maybe. Oh, the force field. No, he shot the force field. He force fields in time. DTs that don't get in. The Robo's almost done. Yeah, the Robo's almost complete. Defensive DT back at home. 10 probes going down. We have the re-wall. Dark Templar trying to make its way through. He's almost in. Classic turns around. Oof. The Observer's on the way. The Observer's on the way. There's a force field once again, stopping the DT. Doesn't get into the mineral line. He doesn't get in. Detection has arrived, and with that, Classic holds. Yeah, Classic, he will hold, he will defend. Classic, he's on 3 expansions. As ETs, they get 2 more probes. A couple more workers. There's 1 more Dark Temple on the right-hand side. But Classic has a massive army. That's the thing. Like, when it comes to the worker counts are actually quite close. herO does have his own 3rd base, which is now his natural, I suppose. He has 2 bases up and running, now claiming another expansion, but the army is non-existent. herO, he has 4 Stalkers. He has no Blink. Classic, he has a massive amount of Blink Stalkers pushing across the map, and this time he has detection. This time he has the Observer. The one chance here would be if herO were to use Revelation. If he could like reveal the Observer, snipe it, and then defend with DTs, then maybe he can try to elongate the game. But outside of that, my guys, it's not gonna happen. Classic does move in. Pushing into the main. The force field as well. He's locked out. There's no recall. There's no recall available. He's locked out of the main, and boys are being pulled. Another force field. At the same time, the Oracle does get across the map, but herO, sorry, like Classic, he's backing him to defend. He has units. He has an army. And Classic, he's doing it. Oh my god. Nice stasis traps. It's great, but it's too little too late. It's too little too late. Once again, another force field, locking down the Stalkers. Blinks in, GG gets called, and Classic takes game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Again, Dark Templar, they had some potential, but as we saw, Classic, it was so quick to react, so quick to respond, to fully wall off the entrance into the main, to buy enough time for the Robo, to buy enough time for the Observer, and once Classic had detection, that was game then and there. Winding it back, to be fair, herO was in a really rough position because if you remember, he was spending so much supply harassing the Adepts, the Oracles. So many of his units were being killed off, killing a handful of probes, not really enough to justify it, and throughout all of that, Classic was building up his army, building up his Stalkers to a critical mass. It was also, Tourmaline, smaller map as well, moved across the map. GG. GG, well played, was able to move out, was able to overwhelm, and herO had nothing to defend. He had the bare minimum amount of units, he was broken, and the Hail Mary play with the Dark Templar. The Hail Mary, papi. GG. And with that, we're getting into game number 2. Going to be loading into Mothership. But a very chaotic game 1. Very chaotic. Spawning in the top left-hand corner. Top left-hand corner here of Mothership, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss. We have the Red Protoss representing T1. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Protoss player. The Blue Protoss himself, the South Korean Protoss. It is Classic. representing Virtus Pro, leading the series 1-0. And also, just, yeah, as a fun fact, I did just look it up because I was pretty sure those, Beyond had an ID previously that was a little bit more odd. I was thinking it was boogers, but it was bogus. That was innovation. Beyond, he used to be called Excrement, which is interesting. I remember when he played in GSL, and I think he was under that ID when he played in GSTL as well, but in our early Wings of Liberty. I think it might have just been GSL when he was on X. Beyond. SMH my head. It was that, and then he became Ghost King Prime, I believe. That was, of course, after Nex. Sorry, after Zenix. So after Zenix, he joined Prime. But yeah, long time ago. Otherwise, so settling in. We're going to be settling in here. For now, we do have herO scattered on the bottom side of the map. Once again, we have a hyper greedy build here by Classic, going Gate Expand. Oh my god. So hyper greed out of our blue Protoss player. Meanwhile, herO doing something similar as well. 2-gate. He goes for a 2-gate opener into Nexus. Sorry, I should say Gate Expand as well. Or was this Nexus first? Whoa, okay, never mind. Nexus first out of herO, Gate Expand out of Classic. Both greedy builds. Greedy in their own way. herO greedier than his opponents, just by that much. It's all about that greed on Mothership. True. With a Stargate follow-up at a Classic, bearing in mind that hero's Cybercore is delayed, just because he went for the 2-gate follow-up instead of just the 1-gate. Remember, Classic, he went for a Gate Cyber, so he has faster attack. So Classic has a faster Stargate. We'll see if herO goes Stargate as well. Opening up Stalker. Classic now moving in. herO, he was able to get full eyes on his opponents. herO knows that he does have that economic lead, and he also knows that we're getting into a more economic game, into a longer game state. Did also scout the Stargate. He knows. herO, he's fully aware. He's fully aware. One probe does go down. Gets one. Gets two. Nice pickles at a Classic, bearing in mind the Classic has an economic, or had an economic disadvantage. Now it's even up the probe count. So nice damage there with the Adept. Stalkers move out. herO, he needs to be ready for the Oracle though. Remember, the Oracle is coming. Okay. Does warp in. Warps in back at home. Getting in position. Classic moves in. herO is in position. Remember, he did scout the Stargates. We have a Void Ray follow-up. Interesting. Classic afraid of an all-in. Gets one. Gets two. Okay, 2 probes, and we'll take some hull damage. Ooh, a lot of hull damage. Does barely get away. Does pull out. Does pull away. And, ooh, does overextend, actually. Nice pick-off here by herO. Very nice. Bearing in mind that there was only one Oracle, despite the Stargates. It was a Void Ray follow-up, not a second Oracle. So no harassment options or opportunities here for Classic. Just building up into bases, getting his own robo, and we'll see who's going to be the first player to expand. Hello, Classic. Classic moves out to herO. He is likewise fanning out his units. Staying on 2 bases, throwing down extra gateways. Jesus, oh my god, calm down! I mean, he doesn't know if there's a second Oracle, right? Doesn't know. herO's on patrol. Void Ray is revealed. Oh. Yeah, can trade. Doesn't quite get the Stalker. Nice control by herO. He pulls back. We're building up to how many gateways? I believe 4. Yes, so 4-gate blink out of herO. Prism is on the way, so herO is going to commit with Mass Blink Stalker. Meanwhile, Classic, he's going into Immortal Glaive Adepts. Technically, this can scale a little bit better in the mid-game, but it takes longer to really get going. We have to build up that Immortal count. He's got 1 Immortal so far. if you're curious, the adepts are built to tank, right? The adepts ideally they tank shots, they tank StarCraft shots. Sorry, StarCraft? Stalker, let's say. They can tank Stalker volleys. Army gets spotted. He blinks into the immortal. Oh god! Gets one. Gets one Stalker. Better trade here for herO. Prism has arrived. Remember, he has 4 gateways behind this. herO supply blocked. Oh. Yeah, brutal supply block. He throws out extra pylons. herO, he's banking resources. Does miss some warp ins, but he's pushing in. Gets a battery. Does get a battery at the same time. Void Ray into the main base. Adepts towards a third. herO does recall back. Wants that Void Ray. Remember, one of the reasons why he recalled was because he was supply blocked, so he couldn't defensively warp in. Couldn't warp in back at home. So he recalls, deal with the Void Ray. Now moves out. So Classic is buying time for extra Immortals. Now up to 3. Remember, the longer this goes on, the heavier the Immortal count is going to be. herO rotating on the right. Prism towards the natural. Oh. Looks in, pulls away. Drop into the mineral line, not bad. It gets 1, it gets 2. 3 probes going down. 4. Oh, this is getting out of hand. 5, 6. We don't pull away the probes. Yeah, it doesn't pull away the workers. Shades into the main. More economic damage. Stalkers, they push in towards the natural. And Classic is being pulled apart. Very nice force field. Zones away the army. Prism did overextend. Wait, no, not Prism. Prism is one that was in the main. As Prism does pull away in time. Again, that's 9 probe kills. Now cashing the Cyber Core. Nice pick off. Takes on the core. Behind this, we force into a Dark Shrine. Oof. Went behind a Dark Shrine. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 2 games this series, and twice we're seeing DTs. herO, he has his own robo. He has access to detection. He already has the observer. Here he does bypass the main army. Ooh, does not see the Dark Templar though. Doesn't spot it. Unscouted DTs, they can wreak havoc. They can pop off. Classic is moving in. Does move in. Does push in towards the third. herO coming in from behind, looking for a surround. And DTs, they get into the main. Yeah, they get into the main base. Probes are falling. We do get a full surround. He gets 1, he gets 2. Yeah, it's focusing down the Immortals. They're going to be there. They're going to be targeted. Cashing out all 3 Immortals. And herO, he will win this main fight. At the same time, though, DTs, they're still trying to wreak havoc, going for the pylons. Is it enough damage? It doesn't look to be the case. Yeah, it's not good enough. There were no DTs in the natural. Yeah, it did not split them up. So far, not enough damage. Remember, herO, he's up in expansion. They are still being annoying. He's going for the main? Okay. He's going for the main. Can he kill? Oh my god. Yeah, does side the main. Recalls back home. Saves all 3 Dark Templar. Oh no, the Prism. Prism gets caught out. And herO still has a lead. herO still has a terrifying army. He's got Stalkers. He has Mass Immortal. He still has his own third up and running. And now looking to reclaim his own main. Not even. Yeah, just pushing across the map. herO, he has the army supply lead. And remember, Classic, he lost every Immortal across the map. Back at home, he has 1. He has 1 Immortal left. That's a massive warp in. Yeah, we got the slow lots. Here he breaks out across the map. Blinks on forward. And he will focus down. He gets the Archon. Gets the Prism. Oof. Yeah, pushing through into the Immortal, and there's just not enough here. There's just no supply here for Classic. He's being overwhelmed. Does not have enough. He wants that Immortal. Does barely focus it down. And with that, here he just almost out of control. GG gets called, and herO, he will tie up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Will tie up the series. We'll tab the series here, and we have it back and forth. Bearing in mind, it's still best of 5, right? It's still best of 5, but this was a very chaotic game nonetheless. Remember, how did this game begin? herO went Nexus first, Classic went Gate Expand, hyper greedy openers, but Classic, his follow-up was lackluster, referring to his Stargate. The Oracle Harass did kind of fall on its face. herO, he was able to build up his 2-base setup, expand, claim his third. Classic was forced into a 2-base all-in with a heavy immortal count, and yeah, in the end, he was overwhelmed. He was shut down. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be getting into game number 3. We'll see who can take a lead in the series as we load into Winter Madness. Let's go. Let us go. Yeah, the slow lot's back. As our players are getting ready. Let's go. Let us go. So we're going to be loading into Winter Madness, one of the larger maps of the map pool. Because it's so large, it is prone to proxies, right? There's a lot of proxy locations available for both players. On Mothership, we had Hyper Greed. Here, I'm leaning towards Hyper Aggression. Show us what you got. Show us what you got. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the red Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the other South Korean Protoss, the blue Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. Let's go. Whew, let us go. So we are settling into game number 3. We're tied up 1-1. Gateways get thrown down back at home. There's no crazy Nexus first. Not this time. And eyes are on our workers. herO moves out. So does Classic moves out, so does herO. Here he veers off towards the right hand side. Classic going for the scout instead. Yeah, very fast scout across the map. He will confirm the 2-gate opener of his opponent. And herO, he does stay in the center. You have my attention. Stays in the center of the map. This is technically on herO's half of the map, technically, but we still have seen many proxies and 1-base all-ins, even from your own half of the map. That's how animalistic Protoss players have been as of late. There's the pylon. Probe does stick around. Of course, waiting for the Cyber Core. Based on this location, looks like a proxy Robo. Stargate play is usually a little bit closer to the edge. Cyber Core still finishing. Back at home, Classic throws out his own pylon in the main. Standard setup at a Classic. Classic, he knows that a pylon is missing. He's aware. And there it is. Proxy Robo, 1-base all-in. So 1-base all-in at a herO. He's committing that. Ooh, meanwhile, solid read at a Classic. Bearing in mind, Classic, he doesn't scout it. Like, he doesn't know what is being proxied. It could be real, it could be fake, it could be Stargate, it could be Robo. Classic blindly is going for his own defensive Robo. We spoke about this previously in today's broadcast, but blind defensive Robo here is supposed to blind counter an all-in, a 1-base all-in. So he will have his own defensive immortal production. So a very nice call here from Classic. Defensive Immortal, also Defensive War Prism. There it is. Prism is on the way. Oh, he scouts. Yeah, Classic does confirm the Robo. He knows. He's now fully aware. Adepts, they do sneak out across the map, ideally looking to shade into the main. Looking to shade in. Based on the heavy sentry count, it looks like a massive gateway army here for herO. No immortals. I spoke too soon. There we go. Immortals on the way. He's going to double down. Classic getting his own defensive immortal. And it comes down to positional play. It comes down to control. It comes down to micro. As hero's dropping into the main. He's head for the main base. Classic, he has to rotate over. Does react. We'll lose one probe so far. And we're just warping straight in. Oof. It does warp straight into the mineral line. Probe's going to be going down, getting up to 3, getting up to 4 probes. Oh my god! It's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand here. 6 probes going down. herO takes a massive economic lead. And herO loses what? 2 adepts? Only 2 adepts. Shading in once again. We'll lose 1 more. Yep, shades into the mineral line, denies mining. Remember, there's only 1 base mining here. This is brutal damage. He's not done. He's getting more. Oh god. This is game ending damage. This is critical damage here. It's 10 probes going down. Classic, he's all in. He's forced all in. He failed to defend. He's losing everything across the map. 14 probe kills. And he's all in. herO, he has to abandon the proxy. Pulling back to his main. We got the battery, we have the stalkers. herO, can he recall? Nice, force to trade. Ooh, massive catch for Classic. He gets 1, he's gonna get both. Prism is coming in. Saves 1. Does at least save 1. Classic still committing. What do we have to work with? Both players have 1 immortal, but hero's is across the map. He can specifically go for the pylons. He can go for the pylons, he can try to depower gateways. But I would argue that he's needed back at home, to be honest. Does at least force offensive warp-ins. The pylon goes down, depowers. Ooh. Yeah, depowers the gateways. herO, he's making pieces. That's all he can make. He's in the mineral line. I don't think that really matters, to be honest. There's no economy anyway. There's the recall. Does recall Phoenix, they can't lift. He gets 1. Oh, he tries to get 1. The boys are being pulled. Phoenix gets targeted down. We have a second lift. We do have a second lift available. So far, hero's holding on. He's holding onto the ramp. Batteries on the way. Struggling out of herO. Does lift the immortal, breaks through, and hero's holding. Yeah, herO, he's holding on. Does focus on the prism. Prism goes down. GG gets called. Whew. And herO does take game number 3. GG. GG, well played. Risky moves out of herO, by the way. Risky moves. I mean, he did force defensive warp-ins. That was an advantage, of course, but it was a risky maneuver nonetheless. He was barely holding on back at home. Did end up losing his first Phoenix, but did actually push the army back. I do appreciate that he pulled the boys, making use of his workers. He had a massive worker lead. He could afford to lose them. He could afford to throw them away, so he did pull the boys, did tank a little bit with those probes. Was able to hold, able to defend, able to survive. GG. Whew. And with that, hero's up 2-1. He's up 2-1, and now we're getting into game number 4. Let's go. Let us go. 8-18 though. The working hunts didn't necessarily matter there just because the gateways were being depowered. It was all about the main army control. It's all about the main army. So here we go. We're getting into game number 4. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1, leading the series 2-1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss himself, representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. Here we go. As we load into 10,000 feet, so 10,000 feet having a very short rush distance by ground. Aggression is typically favored here on this map, and we'll see who is going to be the aggressor. Does anyone proxy? And how does Classic handle himself? Winding it back, remember, Classic, he was meant to have the tools to he had the tools to defend. He had his 2 gateways, he had his robo, but again, Classic, he was torn apart by the Adepts. The Adepts, they just did critical damage. Remember, they killed, what, 14 probes across the map. It was just far too much. That was game-winning damage. That's what forced the all-in. But again, that should not have happened to begin with. So just a really rough defensive setup there by Classic. Our last game doesn't bode well. We'll see if he can recover and force the ace match. Bring us to game 5, Pap. Bring us to game 5. As we have a 2-gate opener out of herO, likewise 2-gate opener out of Classic. herO does veer off towards the left-hand side, setting up for a proxy pylon. Now, this location looks a little bit more like a proxy Stargate. It's a little bit further away, so it's closer by air, further away by ground. So it looks like a proxy Stargate, but yeah, never count herO out when it comes to proxy robo, even in inefficient locations. Again, looks like a proxy Stargate, but we'll keep an eye on herO. Cybercore is almost done. Classic scouts. Classic once again confirms that a pylon is missing. And there's that Stargate. Now, Proxy Stargate is not a one-base all-in. Bear that in mind. It's an aggressive build. True, it is very aggressive. It's designed to do economic damage, opening up Oracle first, but typically you expand. Like, herO should be expanding behind this. Meanwhile, Classic, he does overreact, going for his own robo. We spoke about this last game. This robo opener is meant to hard counter. It's meant to be a safer way to open up against a perceived all-in, but it's not an all-in. Oh, he scouts. He does scout. He does confirm. He does get eyes on the Stargate, and he's heading over to depower. Wow, he scouts the Stargate, is making his way over here. A rough start for herO. He gets seen, he gets scouted, and now Classic can turn this into a one-base all-in. Third gateway, one base all in at a Classic. There's a cancel on the Stargate. herO, he's in trouble. Going for his own robo, his own gateway. So one base versus one base. Classic does have the production advantage, as his robo is already done. And the Prism is on the way. Prism is on the way. Stalker taking a little hull damage. As herO pulls out, getting his own defensive War Prism. And we'll see if he can hold. See if he can hold on. Remember, the economies are neck and neck. The production is even. It's just Classic has a slight edge on that when it comes to earlier Prism, the earlier gateways. Here he attempts to shade into the main. So far, Classic is keeping up. And here comes that Prism. With help of the force fields, he can try to zone away herO out of position. So he does look to make a stand. There's that first force field. Oh, yeah, here he's going to be careful. Does pull away, bearing in mind the Classic does have the greater Stalker army. We have Immortals on the way for herO, though. He has to buy a little bit more time. Ooh, bit of miscontrol. One sentry gets picked off. That should not have happened. Oh. Okay, does lose the other. Sun does save the sentry. Cybercore taking a lot of hits. Adepts are racing back home to defend. They come in from behind. Sentry does go down. Nice pick off there by herO. Oh, no, sorry, it was saved. She was saved. Oh. And decent juggling. Adepts, they make their way into the mineral line. Now we're getting up to 2 Immortals. Classic, is he taking too long? Here, he is supply blocked. Yeah, workers are falling. herO now taking an economic loss. Cybercore is going to be focused down. The Immortals are very low. The Immortals are low, Cybercore goes down, herO, he does need to build back up. As the production is falling. Yeah, one after the other. Losing the Cybercore, now losing the gateway. herO trying to break out, trying to engage. Decent force field. Again, just zoning back the army. At upstate, trying to make the way across the map. Oh no, the immortal! Jesus. The immortals are so low. There's 3 immortals now. Oh no! A very clutch micro. 1 gateway gets depowered. As hero's breaking out, he's got his 3 immortals. Is that enough? Yeah, with the help of 3 immortals here, he breaks out. And Classic, alas, he was not able to stop for that immortal count. Classic's in trouble. Classic is in trouble. Here, he survived long enough to build up to critical mass of immortal. He survived. Now moving out across the map. Again, he has to be careful. There's a lot of stalkers back at home. herO, he cannot lose his prism. Going for 1 base disruptor. Bay's on the way. Meanwhile, Classic going into 1 base Phoenix. Yeah, the Phoenix has arrived. And we're going to have to recall. Yeah, recall's back home. Phoenixes, they can counter immortals, as you can, of course, lift them up. Classic can CC. But that's still ahead. That's still 4 immortals, though. How many Phoenixes does he have? Only 2. Only 2 Phoenixes. hero's pushing. As he pushes, we have Classic coming from behind. Okay, here he does pull back. Spots the Observer. So let's chase the Observer. Armies are posturing. Oh! Phoenix gets spotted. As herO moves out and chases the Phoenixes, we have Classic moving in. Oh. Classic is going straight for the main. Going straight for the main base. hero's out of position. Classic moves in. herO forces to turn back around. Again, he's racing back home. And we're catching a unit here. Probes are being pulled. Immortal does pull back. Nice, very nice force field. There's no recall. Yeah, there's no NG for a recall. No NG for a recall. Boys are being pulled. Immortal goes down. Massive pickoff here for Classic. herO trying to move in. Prism is exposed. And the Prism is going to be targeted down just barely. Again, this may be best case scenario for a Classic. But he doesn't have enough. Yeah, Classic still doesn't have enough here. 15 probes go down. He does cripple the economy. But Classic has no army. And here comes the counterattack. We're just pushing. We're just Sorry, herO, he still has a massive army here. Failed to defend. Did lose almost everything. But we spoke about it last game. The economy may not matter here. Because hero's all in. hero's all in, and this army cannot be stopped. Yes, the longer the game goes on, the better it's going to be for Classic, but the game is not going to last long. It's not going to last long here. Classic, he warps in across the map. We're just going for the base trade. We're going for the base trade. And the issue is that in a base trade, Immortals, they do so much damage to buildings. Like, the buildings should fall faster. Classic, he does have a probe out on the map. He can throw down a ninja base. Defensive Void Ray. Gets a Stalker. Uh-oh. We have to look after our Stalkers. The Stalkers, 1, 2, 3 Stalkers going down. There's 2 Stalkers left. The Void Ray. We have to protect them, Bappy. Yeah, there's 2 Stalkers left. Yeah, a lot of miscontrol there from herO. As herO, he was inattentive. That 1 Void Ray can win the game, by the way. That 1 Void Ray with 3 Stalker kills. As the main is full, and these are the final buildings for herO. These are the final buildings. herO, he does save some workers. He can throw down a pylon or a gas geyser. I would say it's wise to get a gas geyser just because it's cheaper. Actually, Classic turns around. A Void Ray. Oh, he wants those Stalkers. Again, the win condition. If Classic can kill these Stalkers, he can win the game. He's racing back home. Classic, he may have just done it. He may have just done it. I appreciate the hallucinations. Again, herO just wasn't paying attention. He wasn't paying attention. herO does have extra boys to tank. 1 Stalker gets caught. Yeah, 1 Stalker goes down. Massive pickup. 1 Stalker left. 1 Stalker left. And 2 sentries. The Void Ray reigns supreme. Bearing in mind, Classic still has this pylon and this pylon here on the right-hand side. So he still has 2 pylons. I would say the best chance that herO has is to try to catch out those pylons and focus them down. That's the best chance that herO has. So he still has a chance to maybe make this work, but in a head-on fight, we have to favor Classic. Assuming he doesn't throw away the Phoenixes. But even here, he can just lift everything. He can just lift every anti-air unit. Like, once the fight starts, he should just lift the Stalker. And that's it. Lifts the Stalker. Stalker gets lifted. Void Ray goes ham, and with that, even with the Immortal Army, I mean, he does get the pylon. He wants it! He wants that final pylon! Can he get it? Oh, no, he gets lifted. The final pylon, he's trying to dive, he's trying. He doesn't have the DPS, every Immortal gets focused down, doesn't get close, and with that, GG gets called. Classic, he will take game number 4. We're going to the ace match. GG. GG, well played. A desperation move there by herO, trying to rush past and trying to dive on that final pylon, but he got lifted, he got shut down. Again, there's a chance that herO could have won this game, but when it came to the base trade, herO, he wasn't looking at his army. The boys were pulled, and herO, he lost 3 Stalkers. He lost 3 Stalkers in the middle of the base trade to probes and to that 1 Void Ray. He just wasn't paying attention, and losing those 3 Stalkers meant that now there was a win condition for Classic, was take down the anti-air. Take down the anti-air, and then he could just shut down herO. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going all the way to game number 5, and we're going to the ace match. Let's go. Here we go. herO was ahead when before being caught out in the middle, and again before the Void Ray. Yes, there were two moments. I'm focusing a lot on herO losing his Stalkers in the main base in the middle of the base trade, but the other big moment, as you mentioned, was also when herO was across the map and when he had no energy for a recall. Remember, he had no energy for the recall. herO was far ahead, but he was outpositioned. Right, herO was outpositioned. He did not spot Classic's army, and with that, GG. Now we're making it all the way to game number 5, the final game of the series here. It's going to be on the Old Republic. Let's go. Let us go. But a crazy finale to the game. Again, he was just trying to brute force his way towards the pylon. Almost got there. And let's go. We're getting into the ace match and spawning in the top right-hand corner here of the Old Republic. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player, also from South Korea, representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. Let's go. Let us go. This week must be the spicy Tuna Cup. See, the spicy Dongwon. Ay. But we're here. We've made it here to the grand finals, to the ace match as well. It all ends here. It all ends on the Old Republic. One way or another, we will crown our champion. Is it going to be herO? Is it going to be Classic? As we mentioned at the beginning of this series, these two go back and forth. I do typically lean towards herO, but it could go either way, and it still can go either way. These are the 2 best Protoss players in the world, and one of them will walk away as the Tuna champion. The big Tuna Pappy. Let's go for the week. Again, if you may be tuning in for the first time, this is a weekly tournament. Every single week we host the Tuna Cup. Has been running for many years. It's the longest running Open Cup out there, longer running than the War DCP Monday or the Monday Night Weekly or the KSL or Pegasus Cup. Longest running Open Cup out there. Long time, Pappy, long time. And again, it's great to see that we're getting, the attention of the top players in the world as well, mainly from the land of Korea. We do get some Europeans. This event does typically start a little bit earlier for Europeans, so it's only for the non-degens. Like players like Max, Clem, they usually stay up a little bit longer. Like they usually sleep a little bit longer, I should say. So waking up for Tuna Cup, it's a tough ask. It's a tough ask. But we do get like players like Showtime every now and then, Skillus. We get some European representation. Mainly from Korea. So we are going to be settling in. For now, it's going to be a Stargate opener out of herO. Going to be opening up Stargate into the expand. And meanwhile, Classic going for, once again, a robot. Did he scout? He did. Yeah, did scout across the map. Did confirm the pylon placement. Does confirm the Stargate. And Classic is setting up for a one base all-in. Or is he? Hold on. He's the low ground pylon. We got a choice to make. Does he throw down the third gateway or does he commit? Catching at the probe. Is looking to gain map control. herO is going to be the first to expand. Again, herO went for an economic opener with the Stargate. And meanwhile, there it is, third gateway. That's what we're waiting for. We were waiting for either a gateway or an expand. He's going for the gateway. He's going for a one base all-in. He's going for the all-in. And we'll see if herO can do his best max packs impression and survive. We're going to need some Void Rays. Also, full circle, by the way, herO, he was competing in this tournament and he's actually casting in Korean, and that's the reason why the mascot is a tuna, by the way. There's a lot of backstory, and I'm sure many people in the chat already know this. There's a lot of backstory when it comes to why it's even called the Sparkling Tuna Cup. One, all the tournaments that we run have its own mascots. You know, we have the Grand Platypus Open, we have the Sea Duckling Open, you know, we did once an aquatic animal of some kind. And this is a reference to herO just because this is this was the spiritual successor to Elima League. If you are familiar with Elima League, that was a Korean only tournament back in the day, or Korean favorite events, run by Oli, run by, you know, those over at Axiom back in the day as well, ex-Axiom boys. herO, who was on Team Axiom, of course, and herO's name is Dongwon, and that is a brand of a tuna. Oh, that's a brand of canned tuna in Korea. That's why it's called the Tuna Terran, and that's why we got a tuna. Got a tuna pack. And he's even casting the event. Full circle, baby. Full circle. But here we go. The all-in has arrived. It does poke in. Takes down the first cannon. Ooh, the second cannon does barely survive. Bearing in mind, because herO has so few units to defend, he needs cannons. He needs cannons to make up for his low production. He's got one gateway and one Stargate. He doesn't have much production. We need those cannons. But they're being focused down. Yeah, they're being focused down. Getting one, getting two. The Void Ray gets caught out. Massive pickoff. Void Ray falls. Cannons as well. And Classic, he just snowballs out of control. The one base all in here just hitting hard. And herO could not hold, could not defend, could not keep up. Not against this. Not against Classic. As Classic, he does walk into the main. Appreciate the force field, but they're still way into the main base. I just settles for the natural. It's fine. There's just not much here. We can see herO throwing down the second wall of cannons and shield batteries, but the natural has been broken, and you can see that Classic is just overwhelming. Just overwhelming. herO, he was greedy going for the faster Nexus, for the faster expand. Imagine trying to expand into PvP. You're crazy. You're crazy, papi. And in the end, Classic, he will overwhelm. Takes down the Void Ray. One Void Ray left. Ooh, Void Ray falls, and with that, there's nothing left. Down to just workers, just probes. GG gets called, and Classic, he will claim the series 3-2, becoming this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. Whew. GG, well played, congratulations. Non-stop aggression, non-stop all-ins. Back and forth, of course, back and forth between herO, between herO and Classic once again. Went all the way to the ace match, and here in this final game, herO, he did go for a greedier build. He went Gate into Stargate into Expand. So a very, very greedy build, going for the Stargate into the faster Nexus. Meanwhile, Classic, he went for his own one base all-in from back at home. Went for the one base all-in, Robo into the Prism, into 3-gate mass Blink Stalker. Sorry, mass regular Stalker. Mass Stalker, of course. herO took him a little bit too long to recognize what was going on. I should also wind it back a little bit, and something that I should focus on is why herO's side defense was so late. Remember, we ourselves were curious, is Classic going to expand or get a gateway? His third gateway was late. It was a late third gateway, but one of the reasons for that is because if you remember, Classic was faking the expansion. He had a low ground pylon, and if you remember, he had one probe patrolling at his own natural location, which herO did see, by the way. He did scout that. So Classic made it look like he was expanding when really he was going for the all-in. So he faked herO out. That's why we had delayed batteries, delayed cannons as well. You saw there was still like 3 cannons on the way and a battery on the way at the natural. It was too late. It was too little too late. Late reaction, late realization there by herO. The pants were down. He was caught with his pants down. GG, well played. Whew, and with that, Classic is going to be our champion. Congratulations, Papi. Congratulations to Classic. My condolences to herO, as Classic will claim the win. He will claim the win here again. An intense tournament, intense back and forth. Classic claiming first place, herO claiming second. We had both Bjorn and Zan claiming third and fourth place. And of course, we had Rebellion with the random raffle win. Pure Korean, by the way. That's oh my god. We had a pure Korean top 4, and of course a Korean in the with the raffle as well. But a shout out to all the other competitors. We had a massive bracket, of course. We had players like Art, we had players like Shameless as well. We had Strange. We didn't have Geralt, unfortunately. Geralt, he did forfeits. He was not available, unfortunately, so wasn't available earlier on. But regardless, we had a great turnout tonight. GG well played. Shout out as well to all the other language casters. Shout out to TKL, shout out to Indy, and shout out to Ryung. Ryung, he was competing earlier. After he got knocked out, he casted. Ryung did jump into cast, so was casting over in Korean on his own personal channel, and of course Indy in Polish and TKL in French. Shout out to the other casters. Otherwise, GG well played. We are going to be wrapping up here for the day. This was our second broadcast today. It's been an intense day of StarCraft. It's been very, very intense. As you can see here, we just wrapped up with our Tuesday evening broadcast. This morning, we had the TLMC judging stream. For those who don't know, I am one of the judges for the Team Liquid map contest, now for the second season in a row. And we did have our initial judging stream this morning, covering the first half of maps. We have the next half of maps on Friday. Bam, you can see on our schedule. If you're curious, kind of like how I approach like judging maps, what my criteria are, what I look for, what I don't look for, and kind of that process. If you're curious about that sort of thing, then you can of course check out the VOD. The VOD is on YouTube and it's also on Twitch as well. So the VOD is available if you want to kind of get a little bit of insight and at least see my perspective, and see kind of what goes into that sort of thing. It was like a 5-hour stream this morning, so you can check that out. And again, we should be having another stream covering TLMC on Friday as well. I might change its start time. I'm a little bit torn. I know that a lot of the TLMC, a lot of the map makers are based in the Americas, so that's like at a more American friendly time slot, but I might move it to a more like European, like to this time slot instead. I might move it over. We'll see. We'll see what we do with TLMC. But otherwise, it's going to be, regardless, it's going to be on Friday. Regardless, it will be on Friday. So if you want to check out some of the other maps that are going to be brought forward here for the Team Liquid map contest, we're going through every single map on stream. Going through all the maps. Otherwise, if you want to help support this tournament, you can do so via Patreon. !Patreon in the chat. The Patreon does fund this tournament on a regular weekly basis. You can actually see the amount just underneath me. You can see the amount that we do have. The current amount that we make on a monthly basis, and our next goal as well, our next stretch goal, to help boost the prize pool and grow the event even further. So you can check us out over on Patreon. You can support us. You can help support the scene, the players. You can help support StarCraft. Help support. Otherwise, thanks for watching. For now, we're going to be going off. We're going to be back in a couple of hours time, in around 10-ish hours time with Pegasus Cup. I might go live a little bit late with Pegasus Cup to get a little bit more sleep. I just have to like finalize the scores and finalize the feedback for TLMC for all the maps that we had today, so I'm going to be staying up and doing that. Then I'll be getting some sleep, and again, I might go live a little bit late with Pegasus Cup just to get a little bit more sleep there. But that's going to be tomorrow morning. That's going to be again in around like 11 hours. Meanwhile, tomorrow night, Kung Fu Cup. Kung Fu Cup is also going to be here on the channel. We have War TV Monday on Thursday. We have the podcast on Thursday. We have Amantes on Saturday. We have Sea Looking Open, and the next Tuna Cup is on Sunday. So mark your calendars. Tuna Cup is a weekly tournament. We just had it. Next time though, it's going to be on Sunday. Usually it's on Sundays. It's over the weekend. The only reason why it was on Tuesday this week is because of RSL. Revival StarCraft League was over the weekend and we were casting it, so it was clashing with our tournament, so we didn't want to take away from RSL or clash with RSL. So that's typically what happens if there's like RSL or Stars Agora or Home Story Cup, for example. If there's like a big premier event going on over the weekend, we typically shift Tuna Cup to Tuesdays. Otherwise, usually it's on Sunday. Just as an explanation as to why it's on a Tuesday today. Just as a heads up. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Again, follow us on all the socials if you want to tune into more Cranky Ducklings. Check us out on YouTube. We stream on YouTube at the same time as Twitch, and VODs are available on a regular basis. We also had a recent announcement for GSL CK that is also on the horizon, which we are going to be covering on a regular basis as well. As always, we did cover the previous GSL CKs over on our Soup channel. With that, thanks for watching. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. And is there another tournament tonight? Un momento. No. Huh. It's a little bit odd. I feel like usually there's Water TV, the Team League. So looks like there's no other tournament tonight. Looks like it's just Pegasus Cup. So Pegasus Cup is going to be the next tournament. But otherwise, enjoy yourselves. Do check out Lambo. Lambo, he is live at the moment, streaming some ladder. Who else is live at the moment? Let's see. Who do we raid? We have Lambo. We have... Yo, I see Deadly Kitten as well. Trigger just went live. We'll give some love to Trigger. Lambo, he's got a bunch of viewers already. Trigger, he just went live. Good, near and dear friend. Este Trigger. Who else is live? Yeah, give him some love. Give him some love. Give him some support. Otherwise, thanks for watching. And we'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao. Papi, ciao. Hasta luego.